Hello, everybody, and welcome to a little bit of a late start. Um, apologies for those out there who have been patiently waiting outside of the arena. But look, it's on me. Okay, it's on me. I woke up a little later than usual. Now, don't mind all the sounds you're about to hear. Okay, just imagine their happy thoughts, the waves crashing amongst the shores of your happy place. Um, And look, there's sometimes days don't go like you expect. Okay, it's something that you have to put in your mind's eye and hopefully work through. Either way, guess what day it is? It is Lilith. Hmm? Hmm? Lilith is joining us from beyond the veil, and as well for the first time in an effort to try and cover every single piece of dialogue and cutscenes and things like that. I will be putting on screen the very soon here, at the very least. Um, the introduction cutscene for all of the characters and in the Borderlands franchise. Now I know in the first time in the Mordecai series, in my very first few streams, I was like, look, shit's gonna get me DMCA'd, and it will. But thankfully, through some patch, in recent years, I have to imagine. Here we go. They decided to give us a little bit of a streamer audio setting, and so it removes the song. Since it is silent, guess what? I will be reading. So, enjoy. I was walking down the street when, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a pretty little thing approaching me. She said, "I've never seen a man who looks so all alone. Oh, could you use a little company? If you pay the right price, your evening will be nice, and you can go and send me on my way." I said, "You're such a sweet young thing. Why'd you do this to yourself?" She looked at me, and this is what she said. "There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money doesn't grow on trees. There are bills to pay, mouths to feed. Ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down, I can't hold back, though you know I wish I could. No rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good." Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep out of sight. And then he wept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a fight. He said, "Give me all you've got. I want your money, not your life. But if you try to make a move, I won't think twice." I told him, "You can have my cash, but first you know what Oh no, I screwed up, man. What made you want to live this kind of life? Welcome to Borderlands." That was an excerpt from the very popular song and the flagship theme song of this game called "In No Rest for the Wicked" by Cage the Elephant. I look, for reasons, for DMCA reasons, for reasons where, I'm not entirely aware of like the copyright situation. I just know that it's bad. And so yeah, that's the alternative that came up with. Hopefully, a little bit of audio going on with the cutscene on the screen was a good idea. Could I have done a better job? Could have prepared a little bit more? Yes, I intended to, but it wasn't to be. I might remake that intro at some point, but it's unlikely. So yeah, welcome to Borderlands. And I will be actually kind of quiet during this playthrough, because every time there's dialogue to be had, I will be shutting up, so that people can experience, and that we all, me as well, can learn more about the Borderlands story. This will be heavily focused on learning the actual lore. Now, are we gonna make some jokes along the way? Yeah, very, very likely. But I will be taking my own notes into trying to understand more about the lore, and why maybe it didn't grab people as much. Obviously, there's not as many quips, there's not as many funny moments, so this is going to be somewhat of a critical analysis, and we might be doing some commentary on the story itself as we get on, and maybe sharing some of our thoughts, fragmented though may be, of the story during the playthrough. So, without further ado, let's hecking do this. I wanted to give it the preamble before because, you know who has a big mouth?
See you next time!
This guy.
Welcome to Fyrestone. I am CL4PTP. You may call me by my locally designated name, Claptrap. Before continuing, please accept this Echo communication device and heads-up display, provided free of charge by the Doll Corporation.
Thank you. I still want to punch you. Still want to destroy your face, though.
Great! I detect that your Echo device is fully functioning. This way, please.
All right. So yeah. Echo device. I like it when games give us an excuse for the HUD to be there in universe. It's very nice.
Step right up. This is the new U station. When you use this device, your DNA profile is automatically identified and stored. Please activate the new U station now.
It'll be my pleasure. And where are we going with this? We're going. I swear to God, I didn't think about this. Do I think myself a genius for it? Of course. Vanillilith? Yeah? Anybody with me on this one? Oh, we're gonna just leave the colors as they are. Au natural. This is the first episode with Lilith. And we are as vanilla as it takes. We are embedding ourselves within the story.
Excellent! Now that your DNA is registered, you have the best in horrific death and dismemberment insurance. Should an unfortunate fatal incident occur, your new you will appear at the nearest station. Now we can head into the peaceful town of Fyrestone. Right this way.
So the humor is definitely a little more subtle, right? The peaceful town of Fyrestone.
Is that? Oh no, not again!
Peaceful town of Fyrestone, right? It's
Are they gone? Whew. Those bandits really have it in for us claptraps. Using us as target practice is not part of our programming. And open! Yes! Ow!
Okay. There are things to see when you're paying attention.
Oh no!
Jesus! You guys don't have any aim whatsoever.
Hey, you in there! Open the door! We need your womb to come out and give us a hand! You really don't want me to come back with 9 toes! Open the door! I'm gonna kill you!
That was a doozy. You should open this storage device. There may be something inside to help against those bandits.
So yeah, the humor so far.
Please open the box.
The humor so far, I'll start talking over him now because he's just gonna be reminding us. It's definitely more more subtle, right? It's not in your face. Perhaps it's not even as funny as Borderlands 2. Obviously, you know what? Let's get a little bit of trivia going as well. Who's the writer for Borderlands 1? I think we all know that Anthony Birch was the main writer for Borderlands 2. Writers. So we got Allison Berryman as perhaps the main writer here. Other people who are credited are Mikey Newman, Randy Pitchford, and Simon Hurley. So yeah, it's a matter of taste, right? So it's the first game. It's trying to find itself. I think it set itself apart back in the day by simply having the graphic style that it has, right? Making use of cell shading, which is something that not a lot of people capitalized on. At least not in this like graphical style. At least not to my knowledge. Obviously, I'll be doing some research in this to fact check myself and to see what other games kind of were thinking about this and were using this type of style. But it was finding itself, right? So it's not as it's not as well defined as Borderlands 2, but I think it sets the baseline. It gives you a lot of information. It sets up a lot of lore within the world. I mean, just the fact that we have new U stations, and that's explained to you like from the get-go. Like, yeah, it takes your DNA, and if you die, it clones you. It's something that not a lot of games add to their lore. Some games do. Don't get me wrong. You know, you got just in virtue of it being a somewhat cryptic game, Dark Souls, you know, it makes sense that you come back because you know you're ashen or something, and you know you have this relentless attitude towards replacing the game's hierarchy, right? And then I can't come up with other examples now, but it's something that is very appreciated whenever, you know, just a little bit of an aside, like why every time you die you can respawn, right? This isn't a Peter Molyneux game. if you don't know, maybe not. It's not Mr. Molyneux. Maybe it's someone else. Whoever, David Cage. I believe it's David Cage. Peter Molyneux is like another. It's a whole different beast. David Cage with his games, you know, such as Detroit Last Human. And Beyond Two Souls. He has a thing where I believe, and you know, half quote me on this, maybe do a little bit of research on your own. He has a thing against you know, failure in games, and therefore you won't really experience death or any game over screens in those games. So it's hard for them to have like a you know, a death screen per se. But in many games, you know, it is a fact that you will be dying and respawning. So it's good. I like it whenever they give us an excuse for that. Let's let this guy
open the storage unit.
talk a little
Let's see
bit.
what we've got.
Wow! That looks like it could do some damage. Okay, let's get this gate open.
Oh, right. One thing that I wanted to do, though, is bring back the voice. I think we can up everything a little bit.
These controls seem to be damaged. Have no fear, I'm sure I can do it. This isn't working. Quick, this way.
You gotta remember as well that back in the day, the line for humor was, you know, it wasn't as refined. Even though Borderlands 2 was really good, this game might have still, like, you know, the main thing about it was the gameplay, was the various weapons. That was the selling point, right?
Over here!
The bazillion weapons. You're not really playing this game for impeccable dialogue. Though it does help. It does help with the notoriety of the game to have really good story and engaging, you know. If you are invested in the story, by and large, you will be respecting it more and wanting to know more about it, and you know, be invested in the characters and such. The fact that will come later about, you know, Steel's whole fate is a whole other beast, of course.
I don't like this. This is making me very
Nobody shoots my buddies!
Is there no end to my power?
Excellent. I knew you were the right choice, friend. Now go. I'll contact you again soon.
Attention, citizen of Fyrestone! There is no cause for alarm! This new visitor has resolved the problem!
Well, shoot, I thought I was a goner that time. Damn bandits won't leave us alone. Had to lock the place up tight. I'll let you in. Come on. Damn it. Blasted circuits are on the fritz again. Give it a go from the switch out there, would you?
First quest. The Doctor is in. Open building 03 in Fyrestone and meet Dr. Zed. We have our objectives. How do I... Oh, it's page down and page up. Ooh. Okay. I thought I was a gunner that time. Oh! It is just what he says. I thought... Okay, not all quests are voiced, so they're not all gonna have this extra information for us. Okay. So, fairly simple.
Now that you've selected a mission, you will notice that a new icon has appeared on your heads-up display. That's a waypoint. The waypoint will tell you where you need to go, depending on what mission is currently active in your mission log.
Can I be 100% truthful with you? In the compass, I kind of use it a lot for like locating enemies, particularly in the circle of slaughter or whatever it was in the Nox DLC. I don't think I ever noticed that it actually shows you your quest. I think I just look at the minimap for that. So that's news to me. That's news to me. I don't think it's particularly useful, because it depends on where you gather your information, right? Because I know that in Skyrim, and look, there's gonna be a lot of meta commentary, okay? There's gonna be a long playthrough, so I'm not gonna be commenting on every single little thing, but this is like a baseline. You know, these are the first couple of hours, so I want to kind of touch on different, like, you know. Again, this is a little bit more of an involved thing. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, okay? Yeah, I know that in Skyrim, for example, the HUD comes into play a lot more, especially because you can track several quests at once. In this game, I don't know how I feel about. I guess it's fine. More information is never bad, right? It's especially whenever you give the options for people to take it away. So let's actually look at the options, see how this game fares in 2024. So starting with game options, there's quite a bit. I think there are other options that are in the launcher here that we don't see. So it's good to be able to turn off tutorials, of course. Let's see if there's anything here. Yeah, see, show compass. In fact, I can turn this off. Great. It means that I don't care really about its existence down there. Rotating minimap, of course. Yeah, it holds up in terms, I think, in terms of you know, it's not that you can change the location of every single HUD element, but that's not really a thing for games anyway. It's more a thing for like MMOs and things like that, where your screen space is a little bit more precious. Voice. That is my actual voice. Okay. Video. It's pretty good. Oh, is there no 60 hertz for a guy like me? There is 60 hertz for a guy like me. Oh, there you go. I can't believe I've been doing it on 50 this whole damn time, man. I know it doesn't massively matter because I'm still hitting like 60 FPS, but still, it's surprising for me. Surprising for me. Yeah, I mean, pretty standard options. There's nothing, you know. It's good the fact that we have so many things that we can change. I know that a lot of people would like an option to reduce the amount of cell shading because not everybody vibes with the art style, and you know, I understand. Not everybody is as well equipped for for art. You sons of so and so. Yeah, you know, it's a personal preference thing mostly. Okay, it's a pretty good option system. It has covers lots of bases. Let's carry on, shall we?
Thanks for opening her up again. The name's Zed. They don't let me cut on folks anymore since I lost my license, so now I keep the med vendors around here up and running. From the vendors, you can buy all the healing you could ever want from a real doc. Thankfully, without the vault is a myth you'll get yourself killed lecture.
Okay.
I might not have a med school degree, but when you get shot, you'll be happy I'm here.
That's what I'm talking about. It's very subtle, but I think it works. I think it works. I'll always keep a check on the text in case anything new comes in.
I'm over here!
Okay, I think this is our first non-voiced quest. So Skag's at the gate. Outside of Fyrestone, just past the gate and across the road, you'll find several skag dens. A skag is a vicious four-legged creature, and they'll eat anything, including you. I want to know if you can handle yourself in a fight against some of these beasts. So head on out, there, and kill some of them for me. If you're still in one piece, then come on back. Alright?
That'll do for now.
Now that we're done with all that, please follow me and I'll open the gate for you.
Okay. It's a very normal, let's see if you got what it takes. We know that, you know, just to get to Fyrestone, you had to, like, get through a few enemies, but let's carry on doing your aim and what you're going to be doing for, like, a lot of the game, which is just shooting enemies, right? Interacting with the systems that we built.
Ow!
Oh, shit. And I think it kind of works in their favor, right? The dialogue is there for the people who like it, for the people who care about it.
Looks like he got under Nine-Toes' skin. Don't worry, he'll get what's coming to him.
You did it! I knew you were the right choice. Oh, the poor little robot needs our help. Would you kindly give him a hand?
Claptrap,
Oh my
rescue.
god, I'm leaking!
Claptrap
I
has.
think I'm leaking! I'm leaking! There's oil everywhere!
Claptrap has been shot by the bandits, but the damage looks minor. Perform a quick diagnostic, then see if you can find a repair kit somewhere in Fyrestone. You might be able to repair them.
I can see the code.
That little robot is hurt. He isn't going to last very long without attention. Why don't you look around for something to fix him up?
Again, it's giving you everything that you're gonna be interacting with for the rest of the game, right? And I don't think the tutorial is overly long. Maybe it drags on a little bit with the. Once you've tightened a few screws, replace some burnt wiring, and judiciously applied a little duct tape. Claptrap is rolling once again.
I'm leaking! There's oil everywhere! Good as new, I think. Am I leaking?
He seems to be okay. Now is the time to get moving and play your part in the journey to come.
Unfortunately, and I mentioned this before as well, but every time that Angel, this robot lady that is speaking to us,
And be sure to say hello to all the friendly claptraps in the world. I shall now continue my fascinating research on the wondrous properties of sand.
is he just a rover? Is that all Claptrap is? Oh man,
That ought to do it. I'll see you in a few.
I don't think I ever paid attention to that. I'm the type of guy, right? In video games, I like to exhaust every dialogue. So there are some times where, you know, GTA is a particular culprit of this. If you're driving somewhere, and usually the characters in the car speak to one another, and sometimes you drive a little too fast. LA Noire is another thing. It's very Rockstar coded, where, you know, they want some fluff to come in while you're traveling from one place to the other, and do a little bit of world building that way and character, you know, development. Unfortunately, if you reach your destination, it cuts off midway. And so I've kind of been trained in my mind to wait a little bit before I take certain
What do you
actions.
need? I keep the medical equipment working.
I
More or
guess-
less.
I guess those skags didn't give you much trouble, eh? You clearly know how to handle a gun. That's good, real good. You're gonna need it, because I've got something else for you to help me with. Fixer Upper. Obtain a power coupling, repair the med vendor, and buy a shield. If you're gonna head out of town, you need a shield. A shield forms an invisible barrier around you that absorbs damage. Normally, you'd buy one from the med vendor here, but this one took a bullet during the bandit raid. Unfortunately, it just needs a new power coupling, and it so happens that there's an old vendor we can use for parts. It's right outside of town, down the road east. Go grab the part, install it into the med vendor, and buy yourself a shield.
That'll do for now.
Huh. It is interesting, right? Whenever you have a big point like this, I think we're always, I don't know if this is like a me thing maybe. I'm always kind of inclined to see the going out as north. So now it's like the first time I looked at the map and actually like paid attention to the cardinal directions, and yeah, this is east. The town itself is pointing north. Give me 1 sec. I think look, this isn't perfect. Ooh, did I close you ahead of time? I did. So lovely. Alright, then never mind. I don't have my quarrel is not with you. Oh. It's I don't know. I've always enjoyed it, right? I've been a sucker for the Borderlands franchise, and so I know that this game gets a lot of flack for its lack of dialogue and proper story, and there's definitely a lot of criticism there. But I think the quips and the humor is here. It's just that so many people only played this game like once and then got enamored by Borderlands 2. I know that many people probably try to come back to Borderlands 1, but then were just like, oh, this is boring. This isn't worth it. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah. What is it?
I understand.
You can call me Zed. Everyone else does.
Is there no end to my power?
Well, thanks for the help. You ought to use the machine to sell some things you don't need and buy first aid kits to use on the field. I keep the medical equipment working, more or less.
The thing is, right, and this is a personal thing. There's a lot of information in these quests. There's a lot of building, and I know it's not for everybody. I know there's, you know, if you think about The Witcher, there's several books out there. They give you like a lot of information on the monsters that you're hunting, on little plot points that are happening around the world. It's a way of world building, right? But I think where Borderlands 2 excels is that every quest pretty much has a little bit of you know, something to get you going, something to get you a little bit more invested. Emotionally and to grab your attention via dialogue. In this one, you know, it's not so much, right? Not so much. A lot of the information is kind of hidden away in things that you probably don't ever look at. See, you don't need a PhD to do my job. I guess people just feel more comfortable with my honest face and bedside manner. Feel free to sell your items at the med vendor and buy some first aid kits for later. Ah, so it does tell you, hey, it's a good idea to carry around healing because you're not going to come across it very often. Interesting. See, I think this kind of stuff is maybe lost a little bit. Blinding Nine Toes. Nine Toes placed a few men at a small outpost outside of town, across the road and west. Those men report every move we make, so our next move should be to make them dead. This is what I'm saying. A lot of these kill quests...
People don't yet trust you. If you're going to ever find the vault, you'll need the aid of the people. Helping Dr. Zed with his Nine Toes problem is a good move.
A lot of games do give you like good reasons for all of these like stupid kill and fetch quests, but you do have to read them, right? You do have to kind of get invested in that way and put a little bit of effort, which honestly, like it's definitely like a learned behavior. I don't think it's something very natural for a lot of games, right? I'm not saying that there aren't some nerds out there, me included, but I only developed this skill like what, 4 years or so ago, whenever I was going through the World of Warcraft every single DLC, every single expansion, and doing every quest in the game. I got like the Lore Master achievement, and I also like just read through every quest. Now, is it all like mostly perhaps fluff? And like it hasn't been saved to my memory bank? Yeah, absolutely. Not everything is gonna be like you know, amazing to listen to, or even to read. But it is cool. For me, it is cool that it gives you a reason to be out here killing 8 bandits. You know, oh, we're trying to stop them from. You know, it explains something about why the Nine Toes, who lives just next to Fyrestone, didn't just like, you know, with how powerful he is and with so many bandits in the area that he controls, why didn't they just storm Fyrestone? Well, it's because this here is part of our effort to lessen his hold over the area, right? I think that's a pretty cool it's things that you won't notice, I don't think, depending on the type of person or gameplay that you enjoy. So it's good, man. It's good. It again, it adds a little bit more. I think investment is the right word, right? Because you know, your main investment is going to be what? Get to the story, get to max level, go farm, make your build, right? But part of the investment is also, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I going outside and killing 8 bandits? Is it just because they're bloodthirsty psychopaths? No, there's actually a story behind it, so very worth it, very worth it.
What do you
too.
want?
I
Spit
think
it
we'll
out.
learn a lot during this playthrough. Well done, friend. Here's a bounty for those guys. By the time Nine Toes realizes we've taken out his eyes, we'll already be making our next move. And also, it's cool that every quest in the game, or at least most of them, are always named after like the next enemy that you're gonna kill, or you know, gonna go after at the very least. And so obviously this first like act here, or this first chapter, is Nine Toes, right? So everything, all of the missions that you're doing are to get you closer to Nine Toes, and like Angel said, get the respect of the people, help them all out so that they can help you out in return. Talk to TK Baha at TK's claim. There's a reward for the death of Nine Toes, but he's elusive. We don't really know where his hideout is. Talk to TK Baha at his farm south of Fyrestone. He's blind as a bat, but no one knows the area better than he does. Maybe he can help. Is that so?
You know what you need to know.
I do know what I need to know. Yeah. So yeah, is it a budget thing, right? Could they not have just voiced all of these, you know, quest intros and quest outros? Yeah, I think they could have, but I do think it's also a budget thing, right? It's also a timing thing. I think for the time, this game came out, you know, pretty good. And by the way, can we put some respect on the name of games that came out like I don't know, 2010, maybe 2012 at the latest? These were full games, okay? The DLC were like a nice sprinkling on top, but these were full fucking games, okay? You could play this whole game and feel something.
one more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face.
Oh, I remember enjoying this bit.
Hey,
quite a bit.
newcomer. I've been looking for you. And don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. I'll get by just fine. All right? I'm okay.
Who's there? Oh, new kid in town, eh? Name's TK Baha. Wait, I think I heard something. I think this is nice. It puts a little bit of the paranoia and, you know, shows how right he was to be this paranoid later on. Recovered in stolen food items and returned to TK Baha. TK's food. I did hear it. Damn Sky's getting into my food. Damn them all to hell. You, whoever you are, I want you to go and kill those rat bastards. They just stole half my food stores. Go get my food back, then we'll talk after I ain't so pissed off. Alright. So it's always a little favor leads to another favor, leads to another favor.
I hate to send you away. You're great company and all, but I gotta go take a dump. I gotta take a dump, something awful. Man. Oh, never mind it. It's all gone now.
No. Look, I know it's definitely my fault for yapping so much as I was playing, but I don't know. There's something to this game. I know it's what toilet humor. It's very basic stuff. I'm not saying this is like should be lauded, and the fact that it's not appreciated as much as it could be is a crime. I find, you know, we're taking it in, right? We're smelling the roses with this playthrough. However long it may turn out to be. So I think we can, like, you know, drop our disbelief a little bit, open ourselves up for a little bit of humor, and we can be entertained in the meanwhile. Looks a little less appetizing after all it's been through. Okay, I wonder if they have different things. As I was picking up the power cell for the bank, I was like, ooh, I should probably read the flavor text on this